Alright guys, this is Juliano Toniello from Brazil, and today I'm going to show you how I make my sheath waterproof by beeswaxing them all. What I'm doing now is I'm melting down the beeswax, which is in this metal pot here, and it is not directly in the fire. You know, I put the beeswax in a pot, and I put the pot with the beeswax, the pan with the beeswax, in another container with boiling water. So the heat from the boiling water will melt down the beeswax and not the fire itself. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a simple hair dryer, okay, to warm up the sheath and warm up the leather. And what happens is the leather, when it's hot, it tends to absorb the beeswax more easily, and that's why it is important to warm it up first, to heat it up first before you actually spread the beeswax on it. So check it out. So what you can notice here is that the beeswax is becoming hard and solid again. So that's why it's important to keep the hot air blowing on the sheath in order to keep the sheath warm, making it easier to absorb the beeswax. Alright guys, as you can see now, I'm done beeswaxing both of my sheath, okay? I beeswaxed my mortar number 1 sheath, as you can see here. But what I did is, I used the original sheath as a liner for my leather sheath. But I had to cut off the upper tip of my plastic sheath, okay? And then I had this very thin, not too thin, but it is the leather that I used for the mortar is actually thinner than the one that I used for my pilot's knife. And I just wet molded the leather around the knife with the liner, with the plastic liner, and I sew, okay, in the back here, and that it is. I made a little hole here to put the lanyard and wear it around my neck. This is a knife I'm wearing around my neck, not on my waist. Now as for my pilot's knife, you can see the new sheath here. I made the whole thing, and I think I'm getting better with this stuff here, tell you the truth. It's not like 100% beautiful or as nice as Joe Garza's sheath or Paul Scheider of Hedgehog Leatherworks, but I'm improving my skills, my techniques. And anyway, my sheaths are totally functional. They are totally good to be used. And as you can notice here, I attached a loop for my ferro rod here on the side, okay? I put this lanyard here to prevent the ferro rod from coming off the sheath, coming out of the loop when after I have used it. But that's it, people. I like this sheath very much. One of the reasons why I wanted to have this sheath and not the original sheath, it's because the original sheath has a tip, a metal tip here, which is supposed to protect the pilot if, when he crashes the plane. If he crashes the plane, it should prevent the knife from piercing the leather and stabbing the pilot. But as I'm not a pilot and as I don't intend to crash any planes or even fly any planes, what happened is as I using my sheath on my waist, every now and then the lower tip of my sheath would hit rocks and hard surfaces and would crush. And after some time, there was some barbed metal coming out of the metal plate that covered the tip of the sheath, and those barbed metal here, they were cutting off. You know, it was kind of dangerous. They were hurting. They hurt my legs, or you know, it didn't work too fine. So I was actually willing to have another sheath for my pilot's knife, and there it is. I decided to make this one here, and I like it, especially because of the loop. I didn't know if it would work. Actually, it was the first time I made it. I had only seen a few people on YouTube making these. Not actually making these. They made their loops for their ferro rods, but they didn't show how they made it, so I had to figure it out. I didn't know if it would work or not, but it did, and I'm glad it did. The retention of this knife is very good. You can see it rattles a little inside, but it's not going anywhere. Okay, so it's a great sheath. Totally holds my knife inside. Same story with the Mora, right? It's not going anywhere either. So that's it, guys. I hope you have appreciated. This was Juliano Toniolo from Brazil. I'll see you in the boonies.